Yeah, I have many sayings about life, but the one that I always find that always comes up in my conversations recently is the word fragile. People don't really understand how fragile life is. You know, there's that saying, you're here and then you go. You know, anything could happen to change your course of destiny. You could come out your house, trip, fall, hit your head. In an instant, you could die, God forbid, or you could fall, hit your head, or you could even breathe in some sort of substance down the road, and it just change your molecular structure in some sort of way, your way of thinking or whatever. Now you're a totally whole new person. So that's why I keep coming up with the word fragile. You know, it's just a thin line. And that leads to my brother. My brother was the kind of guy that a lot of guys would nowadays are trying to be, like in the sense of he was a weightlifter, he was a martial artist, very good martial artist. He done Wing Chun. He later on went into doing stuff like Shaolin. He did boxing. Proper Jack the lad, you know. Every time we would go out, he'll be the one, he'll be the lady magnet. Don't know what it was. We'd spot a nice girl in the club. So, you know, in a matter of minutes, she'll be next to my brother. They'll be talking. You know, that was him in a nutshell. And then now he's been diagnosed with a thing called Behçet neuro syndrome, which has knocked that whole aspect of him the other way around. Now he's more in his house more time. A guy who had everybody around him, now he's really on his own. You know, so yeah, that's just him basically right now. And it's been a tough road for him. It's been like 5 years of him being unwell. We didn't really know what we was dealing with in the beginning. 1 minute the NHS was saying he's got MS and he's got this, he's got that, and it's only recently where they've said that he's got Behçet neuro syndrome. Even right now, I couldn't really tell you in totality what that is. But he's still got his sense about him. He knows himself. He knows people from the past, and you know, he's not changed drastically, but there is a change. And what people need to realize as well, I don't know, a lot of people most probably do, but those that are not dealing with this should understand that it doesn't just affect him, it affects the nearest and dearest around him. So for myself, I was under denial. I didn't know how to deal with it. I thought in the back of my mind that if I treated him a certain way, come on, like, it's like, in a way I saw myself like a militant sergeant. You know, those guys, come on, we can do this, we can do that. Like you know, something's gonna click and it's gonna make him fall back into his normal self, which didn't happen. It was more of me having to accept the fact that there's a change with him. He's a new person, and to move forward is hard for a lot of people. We get stuck in a cycle of things, and that's not what you want to do, because I find people that are going through these elements, even though the wirings might be crossed for them, they still have some sort of sense of what's going on around them, and they can sense that you're different, and you know what I mean. So it's one of those things I would always say to people, to try and maintain some sort of stability, and you know, keep the playing field the same. It's hard, and I would even say I'm not even totally 100% from it, but I do understand what I'm doing affects him. So if I keep that brave face, that smile, and that encouragement, that supportive nature around him, it does him good. And you know, he's a lot better now for it, you know.